Hello guys, and today we will be reviewing, reacting, same thing to some controversial football takes from people I actually don't know. So, yeah, I don't know what these are gonna be. Yeah, let's just dive into it and maybe not try and get mad if it's about my club. Yeah, get into it. The first one says sacking Enzo Maresca, the Chelsea manager, at this moment will be a very bad decision to make. Yes, I agree with that. So you're at a good start right now. So I'm a rank it out of 10, 10 being like the worst. Like this take is shocking, and then 1 being the best. Or do we do all the way around? Cause it's kind of confusing. So yeah, 10 is gonna be the best, and 1 is gonna be the worst. Okay, I'll just do that. The board should give time to let this man win us the Champions League and FA Cup first before any sacking. So the first one, I would fully agree. The first one, I would give you a 10 out of 10. You'd be a perfectly fine. But Champions League and FA Cup, the backing thing also is, I don't think like you can really make that argument because they spent like over a billion in 2 years. So I don't think you can make that argument anymore. But they do have right now because Esteban's injured. They have Palmer and Neto on both wings. So that's kind of a liability. So, oh no, I said Palmer. No, I mean they have Neto and Garnacho on both wings. So yeah, I think for the Champions League, for them to win the Champions League, they would need a way better wing pairing. And they need to take way more risks. Yeah, I think Chelsea, every time they are pinned back by a team, they always pass back, pass back, pass back. So I think they have to like be more for Pep team if they want to play that tiki taka. So yeah, I think that's a 7 out of 10 take. The next one says Madrid's three-peat 2016-2018, of course, was the dirtiest, most referee-protected run in Champions League history. I strongly disagree because that Champions League run was actually, I would say, based on moments. The moments that Real Madrid have made: Sergio Ramos, last minute header, Gareth Bale, bicycle kick, overhead kick, smashing Juventus 4-1. I think that Champions League run will never be done again. No other team will ever win 3 Champions Leagues in a row. Ever, ever. When last did the team win two Champions Leagues in a row? Matter of fact, 3 now. So yeah, that Champions League run was ridiculous. So I'm gonna give that one like a 3 out of. I'm gonna give it a 3 out of 10. Of course, it has some refereeing to do with it because every Champions League has to have a referee, a bit for a source in there. Like the Barcelona in 2009, you know. Well, okay, the next one says Rodri's peak was higher than Zinedine Zidane's. Wow, that one is wicked. Okay, let's make this very simple. If you were to name 20 midfielders, best midfielder of all time, would Rodri be in that list? Maybe, but maybe in the latter stages, up like let's say top 10. I don't think Rodri's in there. But I think if you even name the best French players, I don't think Rodri's even in top 5 midfielders in Spain, bro. A matter of fact, better than Zinedine Zidane. Zidane is top 10 midfield of all time. So honestly, I kind of disagree in this. Maybe some people would think so. They both have Ballon d'Ors as midfielders. They're both exceptional players. For example, don't get me wrong, but yeah, I think this is like a 4 out of 10. It's not terrible, but it's not. I don't agree with it. But let's move. 2021-22 Mbappe was better than any version of Cristiano Ronaldo. You see this one? Wait, I'll be back. Just needed to take a deep breath in because I don't wanna crash out on this video. This is the goal of the video, not to do anything crazy. Let's start with Kylian Mbappe. That's not even his best version. Not even Mbappe's best version, bro. Matter of fact, Cristiano Ronaldo's best version is 2008 Ronaldo. Clears 2021-22 Mbappe. 2009 Ronaldo clears him, bro. 2010 Ronaldo clears him. 2011, 2012, 2013, 14, 15, 16, 17, 18, 19, 20. Not 20. Until 18, it clears that 21-22 Mbappe, bro. By a landslide, bro. It's let's just move on. I'm not even gonna say it. 1 out of 10, bro. No, actually negative 10 out of 10, bro. Get out of my face. Get out of my face. I'm a Messi fan, and that was this one. That one, if that's not the worst take on this list, then there's something wrong. Italian football died in 2006, and they've just been Catansonia. Don't know what it means. Cantasonian the corpse ever since. Don't know what that means. But I'm just going to go with that Italian football died in 2006. It did not. Inter won the Champions League, ACU won the Champions League in the span of 4 years. So that's ridiculous. Italian football just didn't. That's just not true. I'm going to give that a 3 out of 10. That's just stupidly not true, bro. The next one says Erling Haaland is the most system-dependent player, superstar ever created. No. Just no. Did you watch BVB Erling Haaland? If you just watch Haaland, BVB, and he scored, I don't know if he scored 9 goals for BVB in that one match where he scored 9 goals, but he did score 9 goals in one match, and that was before Man City. Was it Man City? I'm not sure. But Erling Haaland, even before Man City, we all knew it was gonna be Messi and Ronaldo and turn into Mbappe and Erling Haaland. That's what everyone was thinking in their heads, and of course we didn't think about Yamal Esteval. That was way before them. So it's ridiculous. It's a ridiculous take. I'm gonna give that a 2 out of 10 because the system does need to help him. So I'm gonna just give you an extra point in there. Premier League fans calling La Liga a 2-team league. Hey, sir. While their own league is decided in November every year since 2017 is peak hypocrisy. It is a 2-horse race, honestly. It is a 2-horse race. It's Real Madrid and Barcelona every season. Every season since 2015 Atletico and since 2020 Atletico. Before Messi and Ronaldo, there was Valencias in there 2001, you know what I mean? So, and decided in November is not true. It's just not true. When Liverpool and Man City had 98 points, Liverpool had 97, was that decided in November? No. The Aguero! Was that decided in November? No. It just, that's ridiculous. You see Man City now kind of dominating and Liverpool, that's the team that decided in November. Could you say right now, today, Arsenal is going to win the Premier League? Could you say that? I don't think you could confidently 100% say that because Man City are 2 points away from them. But you couldn't say that. Arsenal lose to Aston Villa 2-1 and they smashed them 4-1. So you don't know. And they bottle job. So you don't know what happens. You don't know. You will never. The Premier League is the most unpredictable league in the entire planet. So I'm going to give that one a 1 out of 10, bro. After 1, I just agree and disagree because actually if I agree I'm gonna give it a 3 because the first one is wait, hold on, what does the first one say? It says Premier League fans calling La Liga 2. Oh, I agree with both. Wait, oh no, it's like what's this? Oh, like sarcasm. Okay, so no, that's a 1. It's a 1. Gyökeres should not be starting for Arsenal when they've got players like Gabriel Jesus. Gyökeres is, I think, the only reason people think Gyökeres was going to be a good player because of the Liga Portugal. The Liga Portugal has so much space for you to run forward and just have a 1v1 against the goalkeeper. It's basically when you see Gyökeres' goals, it's 1v1 against the goalkeeper every single time, bro. When you look at his goals, that's why Darwin Núñez succeeded, João Felix succeeded. Not calling these players bad, but I'm just saying the Premier League and Liga Portugal are 2 different. It's ridiculous. It's ridiculous different. Gabriel Jesus is 100 times better than Gyökeres, and there's a reason for that because he's played in the Premier League. He's learned how to adapt to the Premier League. So you cannot compare a Premier League player to like a Liga Portugal player. You can't do that. But I still think he should still get minutes because they didn't buy a striker for 70 million just for him to warm the bench. So yeah, but I think he could develop as a player because he's really physical, strong in the air, he's good in the air. So that's quality of like an Erling Haaland, but he's nowhere close to Erling Haaland. So yeah. Chelsea, and then it said ... We were the better team and they won because they had a bigger squad. Which game is this? If you're a Chelsea fan, tell me down in the comments, but I have no idea. I'm just gonna say a 5 because I have no idea what game you're talking about. Like, sometimes you've gotta be more specific, bro. Specificity. Just made up the word, but I'm just saying. Unpopular opinion, winning the league is a better indicator of a team's quality than winning the Champions League. I don't think that's an unpopular opinion because it's just facts. If you're comparing a league, I mean, Champions League only has 17 games, and the Premier League where it has 38, or La Liga also, it's just leagues have way more games, and you have to be consistent throughout all those games just to win the league. Winning the league is way more impressive than the Champions League. Celtic won the Champions League, bro. There's so many upsets in the Champions League because it's only a few games. Like Aston Villa right now are in the race for the Premier League, right? And then at the end of the season, then they probably maybe not, because it's been a short period of time right now, and you can't. It's not this many games, 18 games. Champions League's already done. Champions League's already done. So Aston Villa would have made the semi-final basically. So which is ridiculous. I don't think it's gonna happen. It could happen because the Champions League is the Champions League. You know what I mean? So that's why I'm thinking it's not a bad take. I'm gonna give that like 9 out of 10 because the Champions 8 out of 10 because the Champions League also has like credibility, of course. Messi won the World Cup. The World Cup is worthless. Is worth less than not worth less. It's like worth less than the Euros. Yes, it is worth less than the Euros. Because of course, because every nation just comes together and plays the beautiful game. From Asia, from America, from Africa, from North America, South America, South America, from Europe. So many different nations. You could, if a player won the Euros, another player won the World Cup, of course you give more credit to the World Cup because it's just so different varieties of team from different places in the entire world. So yeah, I think that takes a 8 out of 10. Arsenal's entire squad is overrated. Every single one of them. Okay, let's go position by position. If we're saying every single one of them. Goalkeeper, David Raya, best keeper in the Premier League, up there with Donnarumma. Who knows? You could choose, which is still ridiculous. Top 2 in the Prem. So that's already one world class player. Check. You said every single one of them overrated. Left back, Calafiori. Top 2 left backs in the Premier League. Would you call that world class? Maybe, maybe not. But that's still a great player. So check. Centre back duo of Saliba, Gabriel, the best centre back partnership in the entire world. Check. 2 players already gone. Right back slot, Jurgen Timber, the best right back in the entire planet, up there with Achraf Hakimi, world class player. Check. Would you call Declan Rice a CDM? I'm gonna say Martin Zubimendi. Pedri regen basically, but he's older and he's not at the same level as Pedri, but he plays a bit deeper than Pedri as well, and his brain is just ridiculous. The way he can control a game is out of this planet. So that's another, I would say, a great player, and you said every single one of them overrated, so no, check. Declan Rice, he's an 8. I would call him an 8 right now. World class player, yes, check. Odegaard, Eze, I'm gonna put an Eze in there. Top 3 cams in the Premier League. Scored a hat-trick against Spurs, but it's not world class, so I'll just skip him. I'll already give you 7 players who are amazing. I'm not even gonna go. Bukayo Saka is a world class player, so 8 players now. Gyökeres and Martinelli, I don't think they're world class there. Martinelli maybe one day, but yeah, I've already given you 8 players who are sensational. So no, that's just a stupid take. That's a 1 out of 10. Too many football fans would rather be right or have an agenda than support the team. Yes. If it's clip farming, it's called clip farming, bro. Everyone wants to have their own opinion, their own different opinion. Just everyone come together and actually agree that you support your. Bro, some people are actually you support your club, but I would never know that, because you actually see more of a rival fan to your own club than you actually supporting your club. So it's outrageous. I think that's so true. 9 out of 10. I think that's so true. Gyökeres is a flop. Madueke is bad. Too weak in attack. Saka's overrated. Rice not as good as Caicedo or Rodri. Van Dijk better than everyone. The first thing I've taken from that statement is he's a Liverpool fan because he said Van Dijk is better than everyone, which is ridiculous. So we start from the top to the end. Gyökeres is a flop. You can't determine that yet. So you start at a 7 right now and you're already at 6. I'm the base level is 7. I'm gonna give you 7. Now you're at a 6. Madueke is bad. No, he is not. He scored 2 goals for Arsenal already, and he's already still growing. He can't be playing over Saka. He's coming off the bench, making an impact. So no, I'm gonna take a one away from you again. So you have a 5 out of 10 now. Too weak in attack. That's mixed with Madueke. Saka's overrated. That's 3. I'll take away 3, bro. Because Saka is not overrated. He's in fact underrated. For some reason, people don't like Saka. Who knows? So that's already 2 points. You have 2 out of 10 now, bro. Rice not good as Caicedo, or Rodri. Firstly, Rodri's injured. He's been injured for the whole season. Rice is better than Caicedo, so that's 1 away from you. You have 1 out of 10 now. I could have potentially taken away 2 there. Rice better than Van Dijk is better than everyone, and that's -5. So you have a -4. You have a -6 now. So it's kind of crazy to me. Every single statement there was absolutely diabolical, bro. I'm just gonna move on. -4 out of 10. Nothing screams utter woke nonsense louder than how scoring goals and winning trophies, literally the point of the sport, are now being used against players instead of in their favor. Beyond ridiculous. How far modern football has fallen. Yes, he's basically saying people are using stats against players when they should be using to help them, like Cristiano Ronaldo. If they he's the best goal scorer because he's the best player of all time because he has the most goals, and people say no, bro, you're just a stat merchant. I mean, if he was scoring 2 goals in a season, you wouldn't call him the greatest of all time. So you need those goals to impact. You know what I mean? Messi, most assists of all time, I think, right? So you would need those stats to impact the player. So yeah, I kind of understand this because I mean, football is not all about stats. If you watch the game and the player is not getting the stats, then people who only base the game off stats, then they will be wrong, of course. So it's a 50-50 here. So I'll give it like a 5 out of 10, 6, 7. I'm sorry, that one. I'm sorry. Anyways, moving on. Think one of my most controversial football takes is Vinicius Junior isn't actually that good. He's just fast. Brother, that's not a controversial take. That's a utter woke nonsense, as the last person said. It's diabolical, bro. Because Vinicius Junior has so much to his game. People have forgotten that season where he should have won the Ballon d'Or when Rodri won it. Bro, he can dribble, he can run, he can finish. That finish against Man City in 2022 in the Champions League, bro. He is ridiculous. He is so good of a player, but people are just forgetting how good Vinny is now because Mbappe is there. He's not on the same level as Mbappe, of course. So he's true. Like, you can't. People are forgetting how good Vinny is, but that's me, bro. So yeah, that's a very controversial take. That's a 2 out of 10, bro. I'm only giving that point because he hasn't been great this season. I think this is this a last one? I think this is the last one. No, is this second last one? My biggest unpopular opinion is Manchester United will never win a title with Bruno Fernandes as our best player. Joined in 2020. How old is he? 5 years ago. So he was 26. He was joining. He's getting into his prime. Amazing player. He got in there and already kick-started off running. That only players that do that are world-class players. Only players who do that. The Erling Haalands. Which other players who just came to the Premier League? The Ekitikes. Would you call Ekitike world-class? I don't think so. But I'm just saying, Bruno Fernandes, if he had a better team around him, Manchester United could have won minimum 2 Premier League titles. If Manchester United had a Man City, if Bruno Fernandes joined Man City, he would be they would win even more titles because Bruno is such an exceptional player that people underrate him because he plays for Manchester United, and we don't have the quality to win the Premier League, and we're just basing off Bruno. He's literally the fall guy of the whole team. So if you just base that off Bruno, then you're ridiculous. You don't watch the games. Bruno, right now we just drew to Wolves because we did not have our best player. We didn't have Bruno, who just, if you watch that game against Wolves, Mason Mount was doing that, but now he's injured. No one had the creative spark Bruno always has in every single damn game. And if he argues to the ref, who cares? That's the passion he has for the football club. He hasn't left us since 2020, which is ridiculous. If I was Bruno Fernandes, if I was in Bruno Fernandes' position and I got offered by Real Madrid at 20 something in my prime, I would go there without even saying anything. I promise you, bro. If I was, I'm a Man United fan. I'm a diehard Man United fan. I would leave. If I was Bruno, I wouldn't care if he left, bro. I wouldn't blame him. No, I wouldn't care. I love Bruno. I want him to stay, but I wouldn't blame him if he left this club. If he left this club in his prime, I wouldn't blame him because Bruno Fernandes could join any team in his prime, bro. His prime is probably right now. Right now, he could join any team, maybe not PSG. He could join any team, maybe not PSG, because that midfield is just so perfect. So it's just a matter of fact that people don't actually know how good Bruno is, and as the statement says, we wouldn't win the title if he's our best player. If we had better players around Bruno, if we had just a better team around Bruno and he is our best player, we could 1,000,000,000 billion quadrillion % win the Premier League. Not even a debate about it, okay? Don't try that about Bruno, bro. He's the best midfielder in the Premier League. He is not the best midfielder. He is literally the top 3 best midfielder in the Premier League, bro. In the Premier League. I'm done. I'm done this thing. Done. Negative 10 out of 10. Negative 10 out of 10. Don't chat to me, bro. Don't chat to me about Bruno. Don't ever chat to me about Bruno, bro. Erling Haaland is the best striker in the world. People are gonna say Kylian Mbappe. I actually agree with this. I think Erling Haaland is the best striker in the Premier League, in the world. But I think Mbappe is the best player in the world. There's a difference. Best striker, best player. Mbappe is not a pure striker. He's not a striker at all. So I think Erling Haaland is a better... I think Mbappe is a better player. But Erling Haaland is a better striker than Kylian Mbappe. So, yeah. I'm going to give that one a 10 out of 10. Moving on to the last one. Manchester United has no world-class players. Not even one. So who did I just talk about two conversations ago? I would argue De Ligt is a world-class player. Maybe, maybe not. But it's just so wrong. It's just... I'm not even going to talk about it. Thank you guys for watching. I'm going to give that take negative 1,000,000 out of 10. Thank you guys for watching. And yeah, we'll see you on the next one. Tell me if you want me to do this again. Maybe a part 2. Yeah, but peace.